Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Erica and today I will be doing my makeup inventory for December 2025, and I like to do these about every half a year, and at the half year point I compare it to 6 months ago, and at the 1 year point I compare it to a year ago. Because this is my 1 year update, I will be comparing my numbers to December of 2024. If I do not mention a category, it's because I don't have it. So I'm not going to mention foundations and concealers, for example, and that's why. I'm just going to get started with my first category, which is face primers, and I previously had 0 last year, and now I currently have 1. It's just a mini. I think I got it as like a free gift with purchase from Sephora. I don't really wear primers. I just use sunscreen and call it my primer. Moving on to eye primers, I previously had 1 and I currently have 1. It is the exact same one, just a lot thinner. Moving on to powders, I previously had 3, but now I have 4. I actually used up 1, but then I got 2. So I got 1 as a gift from a friend. She was gifted, well, not a gift per se. So my friend at work, she asked me if I wanted this Danessa Myricks gift set, and it came with a blush and the blurring balm. And I originally said no because she was offering me the full thing, but then I asked her, after seeing Vivian Wynn on YouTube talk about how she loves the blurring balm, I asked my friend if I could just have the blurring balm and she could give the blush to someone else, and she said yes. So I took the blurring balm and I'm almost done with it. I don't really love it, to be honest. I feel like it dries very slow. And it's kind of sticky and heavy, so I'm definitely not going to get the full size. The other product is my Laura Mercier setting powder. I got it for 20% off and then I used points to get it. Yeah, I got that before I got the blurring balm. And this year I'm on a no-buy, and you may be wondering why I got a new powder before, you know, finishing all my other powders. And the answer is because I use my other powders in different ways. So I use one, the green one, to like for touch-ups and to mattify my sunscreen at work, and the other one is the sunscreen setting powder that I use when I go on vacation. Moving on to setting sprays, I previously had 3 and now I just have 1. Oh, excuse me. The navy one with the gold lid leaked everywhere. It was a sunscreen setting spray and it retailed for $40 in Sephora. The applicator and the packaging were so bad. The product itself was fine, but every time I sprayed it, it leaked everywhere. And it would leak when it was on its side, and I just was like, forget it, I'm not going, it's like not worth it. And I think over a third of it leaked out, so I was just like, I'm gonna get rid of it because it's not worth it to keep and get all over my other products. And with the Benefit Professional, which was the mint slash teal light blue color setting spray, I actually was almost done with it, and then I had an incident with retinol where I used it more than I should. Like, I damaged my skin barrier and that primer stung so bad. And I figured because I was almost done with it and because it was on the older side, I'd had it for a while in my collection because I had so many Urban Decay setting sprays before that to go through before getting to this one. I decided that I should just let it go because I didn't know when my skin would heal. So yeah, I'm down to just 1, which is fine. I think the Milani one, it works. It doesn't hurt my skin when I use it, at least. I really don't remember how the Urban Decay setting spray was. I remember that one being good, but didn't want to keep using it because it had denatured alcohol, whereas the Milani one does not. So I think the Milani one's good enough to continue to use and repurchase in the future, and it's a lot cheaper. Moving on to bronzers, I previously had 7 bronzers and now I have 8. I did purchase the Hourglass Deer palette this year. Yeah, I broke my no-bar for that. I bought it for myself as a reward for studying so hard for my career exams. Moving on to blush, I previously had 13 and now I have 7, and I remember doing a big declutter earlier this year, so I decluttered 8 blushes, but I got 2 from the Hourglass palette. So that's like a difference of 6 products. For highlighters, I previously had 9, but now I have 11. So I also did declutter a highlighter. It was in the blush palette. Got 3 highlighters from my Hourglass palette. I count the ambient lighting powders as highlighters because, well, to me that's what I use it for. I use it for strobing. I don't use it to set my makeup, so it feels weird to put it in the powder category. Moving on to brows. I previously had 4 brow pencils, and now I have 6. I actually used up 1 brow product. I think I used it up not long after that photo was taken. And then I got 3 new brow products. Moving on to mascara, I previously had 2. Hello, this is Erica from the future. So for mascaras, I actually have 5 at the moment. I did receive one from my brother when he visited for the holidays, and I really wasn't anticipating getting any makeup, which is why I did this inventory. But yeah, this is going to be the first of 2 voiceovers, and so I previously had, I don't know how many. I'm just going to edit it so that I don't have to say that part. But I currently have 5 mascaras. Moving on to lipsticks. I previously had 12 and now I have 3. I decluttered 10 of them and I purchased 1 for a difference of 9 lipsticks. I think I'm going to try and keep my lipstick category small in the future. I prefer lip gloss, to be honest, but I think in the future I definitely have to go back to wearing lipsticks because I feel like lip gloss is a little bit... Moving on to lip gloss, I previously had 11. I currently have 8 lip glosses, so I actually did declutter 3 lip glosses a few days ago. They were the Lancome Juicy Lip Tubes. I didn't realize that those are lip plumping glosses, and I really don't like lip plumpers because they sting, and I feel like everyone underplays how painful they are. So I just decided to get rid of them, and I wish I'd tried it earlier so that I could have given them away earlier. So for lip glosses, I'm looking at my notes and it says I decluttered 6 of them, but then I used up 1, which I remember being the clear lip gloss, and then I got 7 new lip glosses from Asia. Moving on to single eyeshadows, I previously had 5 and now I have 7. I recently went through all my singles. I did reclutter my singles that I had decluttered, and then I swapped out ones that were too old where the formula was changing. Moving on to quads. I don't know why I have this as a category because I have not had actual quads in this category for so long. But basically a quad is anything between 2 and 6 pans, a smaller palette. And I had this category made when I had too many eyeshadow palettes in my collection. So for quads, I previously had 3, but now I have 2. I did declutter 1 of them because I realized that I wouldn't really be able to use the palette. It was too light for me. And I know I look pale, but trust me, those shadows were paler. Moving on to eyeshadow palettes, I previously had 6, but now I have 5. I did declutter 1 because it was just getting old. The formula wasn't the same as when I first got it. I felt like the metallics were a lot more messy, and when I opened the palette, I just didn't get the same joy as I did a few years ago. And I used to really like colorful makeup, but as I've gotten older, I've realized that maybe I shouldn't do my makeup certain ways. I think neutrals just suit me better. I know, so boring, but it's safe and I'm gonna use it. I don't want to keep stuff I'm not going to use, you know, and obviously I don't want to buy stuff I'm not going to use. So I did declutter 1 of my colorful palettes. I do still have some color in my collection. That's everything. And my total numbers, without including eyeshadow palettes, because I don't know how to calculate that in my total, because I count singles and then I count palettes as well. And obviously 1 single is not the equivalent of 1 palette in any way. So my total without eyeshadows in December 2024 was 65 products. But my total in December 2025 is 57 products, which means I went down 8 products. So I think most of the decrease comes from my blush declutter and my lipstick declutter. 57 products is pretty good. Be nice if it was less, but I'm not going to declutter to make it less. I wonder if next year I can get it under 50. that would be very impressive. I don't have any like set rules or anything. I'm also not sure if I'm going to be doing a low buy or a no buy next year. Anyways, so those are my numbers. I hope you enjoyed it. I love watching other people's makeup inventories. So if you have one, please let me know because I've probably already seen it at this point, but if not, I'll be glad to watch it. But thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you hopefully in June and not September next year. Bye!